welcome to my channel. So today I'm gonna attempt to bake. Me and my family, we went to the pumpkin patch this past weekend, and naturally we came back with a bunch of apples. But yeah, so we have all these apples and I don't want them to go bad. So I'm gonna try to make some apple pie. I found an easy recipe online, hopefully. I don't burn the house down and the fire department doesn't have to come. Fingers crossed. And my dad's on a diet, so I'm going to try to make baked apples. They're like a healthier snack, fall snack. So yeah, let's get into it and say a prayer the house doesn't burn down. Woo! Okay, so I just got all my ingredients ready for my apple pie. You just need 8 large apples, some butter, pie crust. Shout out to Bakehouse, Aldi brand. I am an amateur baker, so I'm not going to attempt to make a pie crust. That's a little too advanced for me. You need some flour, brown sugar, and white sugar. So now I'm going to clean these puppies up, slice them, core them, get them ready to bake. Okay, so I just finished peeling and cutting my apples. If you saw in that lovely apple peel and cut montage, me wincing, I just discovered I have a paper cut. And apple acidity and lemon juice do not help. I know I'm being dramatic, but whatever. So this is only 4 apples, but they were really big. Shout out to the fam squad for picking some big ones. Just realized how weird that sounded. Oh well. But I'm gonna put my pie crust in my pie plate and see if that's enough or if I need more. How cute is this pie plate? It's from Target, of course, my fave. And it was only like $7 in the dollar spot. I know it's not $1, but still a good deal for a pie plate. Alright, I'll check back with you in a minute. So here is my pie crust and my apples. I just put them in the little pie pan. And it does look like that'll be enough. It was only 4, but I guess they were really big, or my pan is really small. I don't know. But shout out to all you bakers that do this on a regular basis. Peeling and cutting these took so long, and I guess I just don't have the patience for it. I know I'm being dramatic, but shout out. Alright, now I'm going to make the sugary mixture to pour over top of that. Okay, so I just melted down a stick of butter and then added 3 tablespoons of flour to it to make like this paste. Kind of looks like applesauce a little. And now I'm just going to add white sugar, brown sugar, and water. And then it'll go on top of my apples. Super easy, super simple. So I added a 1/4 cup of water to my flour and butter, and then a 1/2 cup of white and a 1/2 cup of brown sugar. So now I'm going to let it boil and then reduce it to a simmer and then pour all over my apples and get ready to bake it in the oven. Alright, so I'm taking it off the heat and I'm just going to pour it all over my apples. Oh yeah. Does look really good. I hope it covers it all. Okay, so I put the top pie crust on. It's said to do a lattice design and then pour the sugar in between that, but I'm just not confident in my abilities, nor do I have the patience for that. So I just put it on flat and then just did little lines in it. So now I'm gonna get this bad boy in the oven. So I preheated the oven to 425, and it says to leave it in there for 15 minutes at 425 and then lower the temperature for a half hour. So we will check back in 15. Okay, so the pie's in the oven for 15 minutes and then I'm gonna check on it. I'm really nervous because I make a pie like once a year, usually at Thanksgiving. I usually do Pioneer Woman's recipe, but this one I think I'm finding is actually a little bit easier. And last time I made a pie, the bottom, I don't know why, everything else baked, it looked so pretty, but the bottom was mushy. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen this time. And while that is baking, I'm gonna get started on baked apples for my father. This is from the Clean 20. This is like the diet he's been following, like very loosely. But he did say that this recipe looked good. He just doesn't have time to make it himself. So I, being the good daughter that I am, I'm gonna try to make these for him. So let's get into it. Okay, to start this recipe, we need some oats, honey, unsweetened almond milk, lemon juice, and cinnamon. And then we're just gonna mix this all together and set it aside for 20 minutes. This is what we're gonna fill the apples with. Okay, so I took a cup of the oats, a cup of the almond milk, a 1/4 teaspoon of honey, a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, and a tablespoon of lemon juice, and mix that all together. And now I have to let that sit for 20 minutes. In the meantime, I'm gonna take, it says 2 large apples. I don't know if any of these are large enough that they'll use all that, so we'll see. It says to cut the tops off and then remove the core. So I guess I'm just gonna cut its head off, take a little bit of its inside out, and then after 20 minutes, we're gonna put that inside and then pop them in the oven. It sounds simple enough. Hopefully it is, and I don't lose any fingers and I can get the insides out. We'll see. So here's what they look like so far. It's not as hard as I thought it'd be. I just cut the top off, then used a spoon to get the insides out. But these are kind of small, so I think 3 or 4 will probably be how many I can make with this mixture. So here are my apples. I filled them with the mixture, and that was just enough for these 4. And then it says to put them in a pan, fill with a 1/4 cup of hot water. It looks a little gross because these kind of spilled out a bit. I hope that doesn't affect it. And then cover with foil and bake for 30 to 45 minutes until they're soft and mushy. So I will check back with you guys when this is done and the pie, and hopefully both are at least edible. So here's what they look like. Still not sure if they're done, but they are steaming and it does smell really good. So just gonna stab them. They feel kind of tender. I don't know. I guess if it's not going... Oh, there we go. I don't know. We'll see. So they just got pulled from the oven. I think they're finally done. I'm gonna let them cool and then do a little taste test. And the fire alarm only went off once. Woo! Moment of truth. What do you think? What are your thoughts, William?
Not bad.
What would you give it out of 10? What do you mean not bad? Like not good?
Maybe an 8. The apple needs to be cooked just a little more.
Oh my god, you... That's so mean.
Softer.
I asked you that and you said it was done.
But otherwise, it's pretty good.
That's horrible. That was so mean. Thanks, Dad.
It's not hard. It's just a little longer, maybe.
I said, should I cook it more? And you said no.
You said 5 minutes. I thought that was good.
I give the pie a 10 out of 10. And it's delish. The bottom is cooked this time, so I think it was a success, regardless of what he thinks. Thanks for watching. Be sure to comment something positive, like, and subscribe. and tell me what's your favorite thing to make in the fall. Bye!